This is the APD Pod Squad. I'm Rick Rice, and I hope your 2026 is off to a good start. In this episode, we continue celebrating a new year with new officers. This time, it's cadets from the current BLET class set to graduate in February. Cadets Jaylan Gaines and Jonathan Speessen. From Community Engagement, Lieutenant Brian Hogan joins me. He's got some big news about the spring edition of the Citizens Police Academy, and maybe another nugget or two. It's all coming up on Episode 10, Year 2 of the APD Pod Squad. As part of our January New Year, New Officers, today we introduce and get to know Cadet Jaylan Gaines. Thanks for sitting down with me.
Thank you. I appreciate having me.
Okay, we just met 5 minutes ago for the first time.
Yep.
So we're really getting to know each other on this one. You guys are 20 of you, I believe, right now that are getting close to graduation. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
That's pretty exciting stuff, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I'm excited. I'm ready to get out there.
So is it like a big extended family at this point? Because you guys have all been together, classes together and PT together and all of these things. And I'm guessing sometimes, lifting each other up and helping each other out.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it since the very moment I met them. Everybody got up, walked around, and introduced each other. 20 of us, so it's a lot, and there's a lot of different personalities that we're dealing with every day. And sometimes I kind of want to be by myself, but then again, yeah, they're like another family. We hang out with each other outside of this, and yeah, we've been together since July, I believe, of 2025. So
that had been the
pre-BLET.
So you were there for pre-BLET.
Yes, sir.
And so yeah, it's a long journey, right?
Yep.
And then after this, we're about a month away from graduation. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, you'll have to go and do your field training. And then that's another process.
Yeah.
So it'll be probably into the summer. It could be around July of this year when maybe you're a solo officer. So beginning to end, it takes about a year.
Yep.
And so it's a long process. So this is a big part of it, though. Mm-hmm. You guys are taking your tests like this week as we're talking. Mm-hmm. So thanks for taking time away from that. But how's that going?
It's going pretty good so far. I mean, the only thing you can do is just continue to read, continue to study. I literally just got back we're doing a group session in one of the training rooms. So that's all we have to do is just come together. They give us the questions that we miss, and we come together. Some people wrote down the questions, and then hey, what's the answer to this question? I think I missed this one. It's just a team effort altogether.
You learn more that way, too.
Yes.
As opposed to just staring into a book. You learn from each other, and that'll be the same way out in the field, I would imagine, right?
Yes, sir.
So where were you born?
Originally was born in Macon, Georgia, which is near Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
In 2019, unfortunately, my mom passed away, so I moved down to Camden County, Georgia, which is near the Kingsland, Brunswick area.
Mm-hmm.
Moved in with my grandmother. Came down here and went to college at Morris Hill.
Here's what I know about Macon, and they might have been disbanded by the time you were living there. You might not remember, but they had a hockey team. Do you remember their hockey team?
Remember the original one, but I do know they have one currently called the Macon Mayhem.
And so they changed their name?
Yeah, they changed the name.
You know what it was
back
before, right?
I don't remember the name of it.
Macon Whoopee.
Yes. I remember now. Yes.
Because I was the public address announcer for the hockey team we had here, the Asheville Smoke. And so the Macon Whoopee were part of the United Hockey League, the UHL. Yeah. And so there's a lot of things you can do when your name is Macon. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, they rebranded and changed it to Macon Mayhem. And then we also have a semi-pro baseball team now called Macon Bacon.
You got to. I mean, you almost have to, don't you?
So, yeah, I mean, I've been to plenty of those games. I enjoy all different types of sports. So I've been to a couple Macon Mayhem games.
Okay, so you graduated from Mars Hill then.
I did.
Is that what got you interested in law enforcement? Did you go for that, or was it something else?
I did go to school for criminal justice. I graduated with my bachelor's in 2023, and then I got my master's in 2024. But I went for that, but when I was in Macon, I had a couple of Little League coaches that were a part of law enforcement. They were part of the Macon-Bibb County Sheriff's Department.
Yeah.
And they were kind of my influencers, my mentors, being my coach and everything, and they kind of just, I don't know, I was looking up to them and decided that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to come into this field and do the same thing and mentor kids my age or,
Yeah.
go out in the community and do good.
Not a lot of people would go and get their master's if they were just going to join like a local police department. So was there another kind of plan in mind before you did this?
It was. Actually, right when I was getting ready to graduate, I applied for the Secret Service. So I applied for the Secret Service March of 2024, and I was in that process for a very, very long time. It was very tedious and long, and then I believe it was October, November of 2024, I went and got my medical exam. And I hurt my knee playing football in high school, and then also I have pretty bad eyesight. So with those two things together, they moved on from my application, and then I decided to apply here. Applied to a couple of local agencies, and Asheville PD got back with me, but then they got applied Friday, and they got back with me that Monday. So I was like, you know what? Let me give it a chance and go local and see what comes of it.
Yeah, it's meant to be maybe, right?
Maybe.
I think a lot of people, before they go away to college, or they have this idea of what they want to be. Like in my mind, I had an idea of what I wanted to be, and then I was like 6 different things along the line in my life. And I think that's the way it is kind of, sometimes. It's like you might think you know what you want, and maybe something else is better for you. Mm-hmm. So maybe, you said you like working with kids and things like that. It could be an SRO job might be great for you. Or if you like working with kids, I'm sure just members of the community. So maybe that one-on-one with the community policing concept, maybe that's for you. Mm-hmm. Something along those lines.
Being local, yeah.
Something like that. So now, did I give you the tease in advance of the one question I always ask before the podcast? What's one thing most people don't know about you? Did I tell you that or no?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Are you prepared to answer that today?
I am prepared.
Okay. So what is the one thing that most people don't know about you? Now being said, we don't know much about you at all, so you can probably say just about anything. It would be news.
So the one thing people don't know about me is that I am a huge sneakerhead. I love sneakers. Like most of my shoes are pretty much Jordans. And not many people know it because I don't really go out much. And when I do go out, I'm normally in work boots or, dress shoes because I'm in a professional setting. But when I do go out, it's majority Jordans. I just ordered a pair that's coming in tomorrow. It's like $400. So
talk about your staying power for a brand because so I'm old enough, you can probably look at me and figure this out. But when the original Air Jordans came out, I was playing high school basketball and I wore them. Mm-hmm. And now there's no way you're like, oh, you should have saved those. No, I beat those things up. Those things were, I literally sweat through them to the point where they just got tossed. But I had the original, so the original ones didn't have any white on them, if you remember, because the NBA made them have a certain percentage of white to wear in a game and this whole thing, right? But I had the original black, red, white Air Jordans, the ones that were the biggest popular ones. That was my official basketball shoe my senior year in high school, and go ahead and throw a number out there. What year do you think that was? Come on. You're a sneakerhead. You ought to know this. As a Jordan guy,
I don't know.
1986 is when I graduated high school. Yes, but probably before you were born.
Yeah.
So how many pairs of Jordans you got?
I think I have maybe 11. I had a lot more, but as I got older, I kind of was like, at one point, I was just buying a pair every week because I could, and I had the money. But, once I got older and I, started having bills and stuff to pay, and I was like, maybe I should, die down a little bit.
A little bit.
I don't have the money for that, especially, with the resellers these days, they're overcharging. Maybe one pair a month would do me just fine.
Do you have, one pair that's, the one you're not wearing that's, the collector pair that maybe it'll make you some money soday? Do you have one of those, or
no,
you wear them all?
I pretty much wear my shoes. I don't really care too much about the popularity
all that stuff.
And reselling it.
Have you been to the place where you can make your own Jordans?
I haven't.
I think it's in New York. There's probably more than one place. I would guess Oregon probably at their factory as well. But a buddy of mine went to New York where you can design it. You go into their store on a computer. You design whatever this, what fabric, you can do all these different. He had some kind of I don't know. It was some sort of lizard skin thing, leather. This all that. I gotta tell you, it was the ugliest thing that I have ever seen in my life. But he was so proud of them. I'm like, yeah, those are nice.
I'll probably spend all day in there, honestly. So. But I just love shoes.
Okay, well, we were just talking right before we started recording here. You'd mentioned lacrosse.
Yeah.
So you played lacrosse.
I did. It wasn't really a big thing at first for me. My football coach, he wanted me to play a sport in the spring, which I didn't really have a sport in the spring.
Which is like a baseball time, and if you're not playing baseball.
I didn't play baseball. I hated track. I didn't like
so you
track.
were doing
It was
track
boring.
and field.
So he's like, you got to play something. A couple of guys in my class was like, you're fast, you're strong, come play lacrosse. We're starting up a lacrosse team. And at that time, my high school had just created a lacrosse team. I think my lacrosse team was founded in 2016.
Oh, okay.
So it was fairly new. So they were like, just come out and try out. Maybe you're good. And then the first day of practice, I was like catching the ball. Like it was like natural for me. And most people don't have that hand-eye coordination right away.
It's not easy right away. It's a different type of motion playing that. So lacrosse was big where I grew up outside of Buffalo. Because you probably know this. It was basically a sport that was created by Native Americans.
Yes.
And there were a lot of Native American tribes up there in New York State, like the Iroquois and the Sequoia and all those different things. And the college that I wanted to go to, couldn't afford, was Syracuse, who's got like the #1 lacrosse program like ever. It's just like they got so many national titles and whatever. So I was a big fan growing up. And then my next door neighbor out back, he was Native American. He was adopted by our neighbors, and he had no one to just throw with. He would give me a stick, and I was just a kid, like 10 or 11 or whatever like that. And he said, Rick, throw with it. Tim was his name. And so we would just, between the yards, throw back and forth. I never played the game. You know, I never was on a team. But I enjoyed that. And the sport itself is very similar to hockey.
It is.
And I'm a hockey guy. I did play hockey and love hockey. And so that part of watching it, I watch the Buffalo Bandits all day long, indoor lacrosse team, and they've got like 10 championships, and so they're awesome too. And that's a big deal up there. And so I love watching lacrosse because it's very similar to a sport that I love, hockey. The only difference, you're not wearing skates.
Pretty much.
Other than that, there isn't, I mean, some of the rule differences, of course. So what was your favorite part of lacrosse? The hitting or the?
Oh, yeah, of course. I play defense. I didn't play offense. I literally was just there to hit people and stop them from scoring.
It looks like fun. I mean, like I said, I've never played it, but you're allowed to hit guys get into fights, like in like the pro level at least.
Yeah, the pro level, but I've been into my fair share of fights in college. So, but even though we weren't supposed to, but you know.
Well, sometimes things get spirited.
Yeah,
you get they get the best of you. All right, so let's get back to the job at hand, which is the Asheville Police Department, and your graduation coming up in a month. Have you thought much about that, about the excitement of, because it's so close now?
It is.
This long process.
I was just talking, I was like, it just feels surreal. It doesn't feel like in a week's time we'll be done. My motto is just like take it one day at a time, one test at a time. You can only think about so much at once without being overwhelmed with everything. So I kind of just take it one day at a time, and then I think about it when it comes,
What's been your favorite part? Has it been the firearms training, the driving training? Is there anything that stands out?
I think a lot of people would pick out a particular class, but for me, I think it was just this lesson plan is kind of scenario-based a lot, so it's a lot of scenarios, and I think I got the biggest takeaways from just doing the scenarios because it was so realistic, especially the sexual assault and the domestic violence scenarios. We had detectives come in from the sex crimes unit. They've been working with victims of sex crimes, and they know how they would react to certain questions. And when you ask something, they would react and jump at you, and then you would kind of learn, like, hey, maybe I need to change my approach. And like I got my biggest takeaways from all the scenarios and just like learning and taking the constructive feedback. So when I get out on the road, I know what to do.
You've watched cop shows on TV, right? Everybody has of some nature, right? There's different ones. Is it way different? Like from what you thought it might be?
Oh yeah, it's completely different. You never know how people will react.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. You don't know how people react to you coming up to them and just being friendly. Some people are going to be angry, and some people are going to be nice. It's just different. You never know what to expect until you're till you're there.
Yeah, and TV makes it seem like there's car chases and gunshots.
It's always the same thing.
It's like all day long, and that's not what the job is.
No, it's not.
It's a lot of just helping people, meeting with people, de-escalation, things along those lines. And those are things that you'll obviously only get better at as you get more experience and get out there in the street. So here is your chance to give a shout out to some of your instructors. Anybody want to give anybody's name, give everyone some props right about now? So the problem with that, of course, you leave somebody out. They're going to give you grief too.
Well, all of our instructors were great. They provided good feedback, but specifically Captain Silberman. I learned a lot from Captain Silberman. He was also a pretty fun instructor.
Yeah, he's a softie.
Yeah. He's very cool.
Don't tell him that though.
He's very funny, and he's a great teacher. And also Michael Swanson. Mm-hmm. He was our instructor in pretty much like maybe I think 4 classes, including PT. Mm-hmm. So we've had a lot of him as well. So, but those 2 mainly, I learned a lot from.
Any family members you want to give a shout out to now? You could tell them to listen to your podcast. People that were influential along the way. Any old teachers? Any old. You just mentioned some coaches, some things like that.
Yeah, they all my family were very, very supportive. My dad, he was a police officer himself, so he gave me a lot of motivation and tips and tricks and everything. He now works emergency management for the state of Florida. And then also my grandmother, even though she's 6.5 hours away, she calls me every Sunday. Like, how's it going? Is everything okay? And if I miss a Sunday, I'll hear it.
What do you call your grandma? Is she your nana?
My granny.
Granny?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So, hey, Granny, you did good.
Yeah. I appreciate everything you've done.
Cadet Jaylan Gaines, thank you so much and for being part of the biggest class we have had, 20 in a long time, making a big impact in the city of Asheville with the Asheville Police Department. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
As we continue a month with a theme of New Year, New Officers, we're getting to know another member of the recent BLET class that graduates in a month, and this is a busy week for you guys. I'm taking some of your time today, so if any of you fail, it's not my fault. Cadet Jonathan Speessen is with me. Thank you for sitting down.
Thanks for having me, Rick.
I did that right, Speessen, right?
That is correct.
Okay, we're going to focus on this just for the first part because people can't see your name written. They're just hearing us talk, right? Mm-hmm. But spell your last name.
So my last name is spelled Speessen.
So everyone's going to say to you, Speessen.
Yeah.
Right.
My entire life.
So do you know the origins of the name, the family history? And tell us a little bit about that. I'm kind of curious myself. I've always been a little bit of someone interested in like linguistics and history and family genealogy and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So from my understanding, my last name comes from a Dutch origin where the double E looks like an A.
Okay. Not unlike a lot of languages. I took Spanish in school, and the letters, some of the vowels, are used differently than they are in the English language, right? So I guess it's just very similar to that. But you see it here in the States, and you look into that, you're like, oh, Speessen.
Yeah.
But it is not. Yeah. So you had to deal with that as a kid, didn't you? And even as an adult, I guess, right?
I've been cursed with it, yeah.
Yeah, but it's unique. Mm-hmm. Also unique, I happen to know you've got a nickname. So first of all, Rooster.
Yeah.
I got to know the story.
I think when you put a bunch of people in an office together, they try to get creative, and I guess that's where Rooster came from.
Yeah, but there's got to be something like Foghorn Leghorn. What's the deal? I don't get it.
I guess when I first started, I was growing out this mustache, and it wasn't the greatest looking one, and they said I looked like the guy from Top Gun.
Oh, the Top Gun Rooster.
That's it.
Okay, well, that's much more complimentary than somebody saying you look like one.
I can think of a lot of nicknames they could have came up with that sound a lot worse, yeah.
Yeah, and there were several animals. You could have been Goose. I mean, there's others in Top Gun.
Absolutely.
That could have been used as we are getting to know Cadet Jonathan Speessen. And this is your exam week, as I said. Mm-hmm. And how confident are you? I know you've been taking practice tests and all. You feeling good?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I think not only myself, but I think the entire class got it.
Everyone seems kind of almost more excited than nervous, which I think is good. Mm-hmm. How's this journey been for you and everyone else? I mean, is it been kind of what you expected? 20 guys is a big group. Have you become friends with like all of them? Or have people kind of almost been in subgroups? You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like people split off. It's like there's this group over here, these 7 guys really started to hang out. Everyone's buddies, but did it kind of divide that way a little bit?
Yeah, I think that's usually how it ends up working out. In this case, I think we have like one pretty big group and then a bunch of smaller groups in there. But I think everybody gets along. Everybody intermingles really well.
Let's talk about your journey a little bit. Where were you born? We'll go back to the beginning.
I was born in Clearwater, Florida. I'm sure you've heard of it because of the beach.
I had a T-shirt growing up with Clearwater, Florida on it. I've got pictures of me. I was a kid. I was maybe 8 or 9. But we were never there, so I have no idea how I got the T-shirt. I know we made it to Disney at one point, but that's not near Clearwater.
No, it's a few hours away, yeah.
So I don't know where I got the T-shirt. Maybe it was a visit to Myrtle Beach and it was like on the sale rack or something. But I understand the beaches there are gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's the name, right? Clearwater Beach. And that's a Gulf Coast beach.
It is, yes.
How long did you live there? Your entire childhood?
My entire life. I moved up here in 24. So.
Oh, you've only been in the mountains then for like a year or so.
Absolutely.
So you're more of a beach kid than a mountain kid.
You know, people who live in Florida, they don't really go to the beach very much.
Well, that's like people here don't go to Biltmore. It's like one of those things. It's like you expect people to do a certain thing when they live in a certain area that's famous for something or whatever, but you're just down there. You're just living your life, and it's Florida, so you're doing a whole lot of sweating and things of that nature.
Yeah, always sweating.
It's hotter than blazes down there, man. I don't know how anyone lives down there. If the mosquitoes don't carry you off, the alligators do. It's just kind of. I lived in Charleston for like 3 years. I get it. It's kind of similar in a way.
Yeah.
And I try to explain it to people. A vacation to places like Florida, Charleston, Savannah, et cetera, that's one thing. You know, you're on vacation. A little bit of sweat among friends, but when you live there, it's an assault is what it is.
I mean, you're choosing to be in the heat and be in the sun and enjoy the beach compared to being forced to live there. So it's a little different.
But you chose, obviously, the mountains. So what brought you here?
I think I've always been driven to the area. I started visiting up here probably back in 2013, and I was consistently coming back about every year, sometimes twice a year. I even proposed to my wife here in the mountains. So
Where specifically?
I proposed to her while we were skiing. We were both skiing in Sugar Mountain on the bottom of the slope.
Nice. So when was that?
That was in 2022.
Okay, so before you moved here.
Yes.
All right, so you've been here many times. You've visited. So was the idea of joining the Asheville Police Department kind of part of moving here? Was it a before-after thing? Where does that fit into the story?
I think we kind of made an idea of where we wanted to move, and then I just looked at the quality of the agencies in the area, and Asheville just is on top. So,
did you go to college anywhere for criminal justice, or just straight to here?
I did not go to college for criminal justice. I have a bachelor's in business administration from Florida.
You're not going to be able to use much of that here.
No.
I wouldn't think.
Not much.
Now, was it kind of getting that and realizing that wasn't a good fit for you? Is that kind of what led you to a different path?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think I had a few different ideas of where I was going to end up in life. I just ended up really being driven to this. I had a buddy who was working in a jail, so I did a few years in the jail, and then I kind of got my foot in the door and decided this was what I wanted to do.
Cadet Jonathan Speessen joins me. Do you know, and you probably do, that the rest of your cadets kind of consider you the de facto leader? Do you know that?
In a way, I'm kind of forced to do it, but I'm glad to be where I am and have that opportunity.
So I saw it firsthand at the Spartan race last year. I'm an old dude, but I still like doing those things. There was how many cadets there? At least, 8 or 9, maybe? More?
Yeah, I want to say around 7 or 8.
7 or okay.
It was a good group of us.
All right, and it was great to see all you guys there. It was exciting, more so than the year before. I'm not even sure we had any cadets the year before that had come out, maybe a couple. But one thing I noticed was all you guys stuck together and helped each other, which is very important for what you're going to be doing here. But as somebody that I've never been, a sworn law enforcement officer, but I've done plenty of Spartan races, that's also something in an obstacle course race that comes in really handy because there's some things you can't do by yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. There was times in that race where we definitely lending hand and was able to get everybody through, even when they thought they couldn't.
Do you think that actually lended itself to, how tight you guys are as a group too? Does that particular incident, that particular race?
Absolutely. I think getting out of the office and having an opportunity to voluntarily get together and do anything, especially something that's as challenging as a Spartan race, is a good camaraderie builder.
It's fun getting muddy too, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely muddy that day.
I mean, I tell people, and that's actually not nearly as muddy as some of the ones I've done. I tell people that ask, why do you do this? Dude, you're almost 60. I mean, what are you doing out there? You're going to break something. I go, maybe. But how often do you get to play in the mud as an adult? Right?
Yeah.
You get to do that as a kid. And as a, even a teenager, and maybe you're into your adulthood a little bit, but after that, at some point, you grow out of it.
Right.
This is like one of the chances you have to do that. It just It's hard to explain to people. Was that your first race you ever done, or have you done others?
No, I've done a few in Florida. I did the ones I enjoyed the most was actually in like the Buccaneer Stadium. It was a stadium
the stadium
run.
runs. Yeah, I've never done one of those. Those aren't muddy.
Not muddy, but very cool. A lot of steps.
I was able to tell a few people that had never done a Spartan race before a couple of tips. And I'm like, okay, here's what you're going to have to do with your clothes afterwards. You plastic bag and the whatever. When you get home, hose it off. Don't put it in your laundry. There's all kinds of little things you learn the hard way when you're doing Spartan races. So this year we're going to do a trifecta as a department. Are you going to do that?
I'm signed up.
Okay, so I haven't signed up yet, but only because I'm doing it.
Okay, Rick, I don't know.
No, but I haven't signed up only because when you get to this point in your life, things sometimes don't work. And if I sign up and I pay $100 and whatever bucks to sign up, and all of a sudden I'm not feeling it, or I got a torn muscle, or I got something else that day, which just happens as you get older, man. Enjoy your youth. Let me just say that. But I plan to be there with all you guys again this year and doing all of them, because I've got a double trifecta one year, a couple years back. So I did 6, and one of them was the hardest one I ever did. It was in West Virginia. It was a beast in West Virginia if you know where the New River Gorge area is at in West Virginia, a beautiful area of West Virginia. So it was the National Boy Scout Camp. And if you can imagine, I mean, there's these suspension bridges and all these, and it is up and down and up and down. And I think it was at the end of my day, my Fitbit or whatever told me that I'd gone 17 miles. Wow. Because they tell you it's like between 12, 13 miles, but then you actually, because of all the detours you do and all the extra stuff, it ended up being like 17 miles.
Wow.
It took me like 4 hours or something. It was ridiculous.
That's a pretty good time.
Cramped up pretty heavy in the drive home. Don't mind saying. I couldn't get out of the car. But, all worth it in the end.
Absolutely.
So one question I always ask everyone, and I'm kind of springing this on you. I gave everybody else a warning, but we put this conversation together just this morning. If you can think of it, name one thing that most people don't know about you. Now, I know that you've listened to a few of the podcasts, so you might have expected this question.
I have heard you ask it before, yep.
Okay, so can you think of just something unique? It could be a hobby, it could be an accomplishment, it could be an affinity to a certain food that most people do not know about you.
Okay. Something that comes to mind, I don't think a lot of people know this, if any. I am a third-generation farmer.
Cool. So what kind of farming?
Cattle, livestock, just a bunch of the little stuff. Nothing, crazy, acreage, fielding, but a lot of livestock work.
You going to continue it maybe?
I plan on it. Yeah, absolutely.
So where do you live in the area now? You're not in the city. Are you in the county? Are you where are you at?
I'm all the way out in Mitchell.
Okay. So do you have a little bit of land, a little bit of ability to do it?
Absolutely. I have 50 acres out there.
Oh, well, then you're all set up. Do you got some animals now?
Chickens, but nothing big.
Okay. But you got eggs.
Oh, yeah. Lots of eggs. Oh, yeah.
They
get eaten. Yeah.
I expect some eggs some morning, some fresh eggs.
I got you. Yeah.
So what's your plan now? What kind of other animals do you think you can get? I mean, obviously you're going to focus on the job a little bit. It's going to dominate your time.
Yeah, it's been a little challenging this last year. I think moving forward, a lot of the work is just getting the property back to where it should be. And then I plan on throwing a barn on. I was looking into breeding Highland cows. That was one of the ideas I was going for.
Oh, nice. Okay, so is the property conducive to that kind of thing?
Yeah, it can work.
Does it? Okay, but it's not fenced. It's not anything like that. It's just so you gotta. It's gonna take some work, right?
Absolutely.
I love having something to look forward to like that, though.
Yeah.
I've always been a guy that always had like something down the road. It's usually for me, it's a house project, but for you, that would be your farm project.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always nice to have something to do outside of work. I always believe a steady mind is dangerous. If you don't have anything to do, and when you start slowing down, then I think your body starts slowing down. So I like the idea of keeping moving. And
I would imagine, dealing with animals and feeding them and everything that goes with that. That's something that it would entirely focus your brain when you're doing it, right? Too, and be also kind of therapeutic, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely, it is.
I mean, if people like petting a dog, I would imagine they would like dealing with cows or chickens or any of that stuff, right?
Yeah, it's very therapeutic. It's very humbling, bringing it down to the roots. I mean, you can go to a store and buy whatever. You definitely, the amount of work you put into it isn't probably worth it monetarily, but it's nice to know where you're getting your stuff, and it's a nice experience to be able to do it yourself.
And so it was your grandparents that were the first now, is that in Florida?
Actually, it started in Ohio. I think they had maybe a few hundred acres out in Ohio, and they immigrated from the Netherlands. My grandfather did. He met my grandmother. I think he served here, and then started a farm, and then we brought it down to Florida in like the Zephyr Hill area. We had cows, pigs, chickens, rabbits, the whole bunch.
People don't think of Florida as farming, but there's a lot of ranches and agriculture in Florida. A lot.
Oh, yeah. Some of the biggest ranches in the world are in Ocala, Florida.
But that's not the image most people get. I stumbled across like an article about it at one point, and even I wasn't really totally aware of it. You think of things when you think of Florida. You think of the beaches, probably think of amusement parks. You even think of the swamps, which are right in the middle of the state. But all the populated areas are mostly on the beach areas and the outside. The middle of the state, it's pretty wide open.
Right.
Besides Orlando, of course.
Definitely on the southern side of the state, there's not much going on but if you come up from central to north, it's definitely fully inhabited on the middle of the state.
But there is a lot of things in Florida that'll kill you, though. I mean, in the world of snakes and gators and
Yeah.
I'm sure you had to deal with that a little bit growing up.
Yeah, you definitely don't go pick something up out in the field without checking out what's underneath it first. Snakes are everywhere.
And the pythons have gotten serious out there. They do this with the big python hunt, like every year now, and they get these pythons that are like 10, 15 feet, 20 feet long. Things are thick as a thigh. I mean, it is ridiculous how many of those things are out there.
Yep.
And really destroying the ecosystem in a way because they're not native to it.
Right, yeah.
Which is one of the reasons they want to get them out of there.
Yeah.
Probably too late.
Probably. Unfortunately. Just have to adapt.
Okay, so your tests are this week. You seem utterly confident. Your graduation is in a month.
Yep.
So what happens between now and then? A little bit of time off?
No time off. No time off. Asheville Police Department does a really good job on extending the training, and the stuff you learn in BLET is really good, and it definitely sets the ground level of what you need to know as a police officer. But Asheville Police Department doesn't believe that that's where you should stop. So the next month until graduation and obviously continuing throughout your entire career is going to be consistent of training.
Cadet Jonathan Speessen, soon to be Officer Jonathan Speessen. With me. Get ready for, all the community members that you come across and see your name on to mispronounce that. What was your favorite part of BLET? Was there a certain particular part of it, firearms instruction or something else?
I definitely enjoyed firearms, but honestly, anything that was hands-on and allowed us to try to figure out a problem, that was definitely enjoyable.
Have you given a chance to think about your future with the APD? Is there a certain department or a certain area of focus you thought about?
Specific area, I would say no. I'm really big on mastering the task at hand before you keep moving on. I mean, I always want to stay learning, so I'm not going to stay stagnant in one spot. But yeah, I just want to be the best police officer I can be before I take on another role.
You sound like a chief. For what it's, you got a long way to go to that, but your answers kind of sound big picture-ish, if I can say. So definitely officer material.
I appreciate it.
Well, best of luck in your exams, and then I guess I'll see you at graduation next month.
Sounds good.
All right.
I look forward to it.
All right, Cadet Jonathan Speessen, thank you so much for joining me on the APD Pod Squad.
Thanks for having me.
From Community Engagement, Lieutenant Brian Hogan joins me now. Welcome back.
Hey, Rick.
I know we've been talking about Citizens Police Academy in some previous episodes recently with Captain Brown, but now is the time, right? Let's talk about it.
Now is the time. The applications opened up 2 days ago on the 20th. Mm-hmm. They're only going to be open for a month. So they close February 20th. So if you're interested, get your application in now because seats are limited and they fill up fast.
Yeah, and I almost guarantee that we're not going to make it a month, as far as it. Because we had a whole lot of people that wanted to be a part of the fall edition, and we just filled up, and we had to say, okay, hold on, we can't get you in this one, but maybe in the spring. And I know some of them are chomping at the bit, so there's going to be some seats that are going to fill up just like that, and probably already are filled.
That's right. That's right. So if it's on your mind, go ahead and fill out the application and get your name on the books, and then we'll be in contact with you.
Yeah, and it's not complicated. It's not this 12-page thing that we're asking from you. So just the best way is just to Google Asheville Police Department Citizens Police Academy, and you'll see the link right there.
Right.
And it's really a pretty simple application, for lack of a better term, just looking for some basic info, like who you are and why you want to do it. That's about it.
Right.
And so a lot of people know what it is by now, but for the few people that don't, the 30,000-foot view is essentially, it is a 10-week immersive experience into almost everything we do here at the Asheville Police Department.
Yep. Thursday nights for three hours.
About that, give or take?
Yeah, we're going to feed you some dinner. Mm-hmm. We have good food that comes in every week. And then it's just a chance for you to learn about the police department. We kind of open our doors, let you get to know us, what we do, We get to learn from you. It's a great opportunity for people to network in the community, meet neighbors, meet other business associates. We've seen a lot of that. And the thing that I find interesting is everybody takes something different away each time.
Yeah.
The people we talk to afterwards and the feedback we get, it's always interesting what everybody enjoys the class for.
Yeah, because everyone's different. So every department is represented. I mean, so you're going to hear from the chief. You're going to hear from the detectives. You're going to hear from every department, even my department. People even, for some reason, want to hear what I have to say.
That's right.
And so everybody, and you get a chance to ask questions. And I know that lasting friendships are formed. Two people have told me afterwards that people they never knew before, all of a sudden they're friends and they're hanging out.
That's right. Yeah.
So quite an experience, and a couple of important things to mention. It is absolutely free, and that includes the entire 10-week class and the meals. I mean, you start by breaking bread, and you're just kind of getting into it that way. You get to eat, you got a full belly, and then we just get into stuff.
Yeah. All you need is your time and attention. Everything else is free.
And so kind of on the heels of that, I know last year we had a very successful junior police academy, and we're going to build on that again this year. So we're bringing that back in the summer, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. We started planning this week for this year's Junior Police Academy, which targets roughly high school age men and women who have an interest maybe in law enforcement as a career in some sector, but we like to plant some seeds and we get some exposure to the police department and police officers, and they get to meet and we hang out, we have a great time. And then also a little teaser here, there's going to be a second part. We're going to call it maybe Immersion Academy. We haven't quite come up with a name, but it's going to be a big announcement, and it's going to target a different demographic, but it's going to be super cool.
All right.
Super exciting, and more details to follow.
Okay, we'll have something on that as soon as we get that all nailed down. That's going to be very exciting for us as well. Lieutenant Brian Hogan joins me right now. This is winter time and a little bit of a slower time for the community engagement department, but you guys are never not doing things.
Nope.
So I understand right now you're engaging with a lot of the local businesses to see what their concerns are, what they would like us to do and address.
Business associations and neighborhood associations by now, by the time you hear this, should have gotten a survey that we've sent out. It's a very simple survey, and we're just looking for the top 3 concerns that you may have currently or what you foresee happening later this year in your neighborhood or amongst your business association. And it's just a way for us to kind of focus in on how we can help, hopefully, what your concerns are, and just more of a directed approach for each individual neighborhood and different association. Because everybody's different, everybody has different problems.
Yeah.
And if there's a way that we can help you out, we want to know. And we want to help you out the best way we can.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some similarities. Every neighborhood's going to be dealing with like this thing. But then, West Asheville is going to have some different issues than South Asheville.
Right.
Different than East Asheville.
Right.
Different than North Asheville. Without looking at the survey results, if you could just pick a couple of issues, what do you suppose folks are going to say? I mean, I'm thinking, first of all, a lot of the some of the unhoused population and some of the things that they bring.
Unhoused population continues to be an issue that we're struggling with on all fronts. Some neighborhoods have speeding complaints. Some business associations have retail theft complaints. Just like you said, everybody's a little bit different. Some neighborhoods, unfortunately, suffer from a lot of vagrancy, drug addiction, late night violent crime. But then other residents, different parts of the city, they don't have those problems. They may have problems with traffic and related issues, all kinds of stuff. So that's kind of why we don't want to paint with a broad brush. We really want to dial it in and focus in on how we can help them individually the best way.
Yeah, Asheville's a very diverse community with neighborhoods that vary greatly from one to the next. So everyone's going to have some different issues. Since winter was mentioned, and of course that is a season, I'm going to put you on the spot here.
What do you got?
Rank your 4 seasons from favorite to least. The 4 seasons.
Fall, winter, spring, summer.
Okay. You were quick with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's an easy one. That's an easy one.
Okay, so why so? Okay, fall on top. Why fall on top?
Fall, because it's the end of summer, and you get the leaves changing and the air's changing. I love the winter time. I live in the woods, and the woods are so much quieter. It's a lot easier to walk around in. There's no rattlesnakes and copperheads, so I can take my dogs, and they can run free, and I don't have to worry about it. And I enjoy the winter time woods a lot.
Speaking of that, okay, there's nothing. So growing up in Buffalo and doing my hikes up there and all the things and even then going to college in Erie, Pennsylvania, another very snowy place. You don't even have to be in the woods. I enjoy when it snows enough and the quiet that you mentioned,
Yep.
right? But when you're walking on snow in the quiet, that crunch.
A crunch, yeah.
We don't get that around here much. We don't get the snows like that very often around here anymore, where it's thick enough, deep enough
Yep.
that impacts.
Every 2-3 years you get that. And when we do, you got to get out and enjoy it.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
The crunch is different when it's like an icy snow crunch like it is. Like today we're recording. We had like a little bit of rain and then a little bit of snow and the roads were icy.
Right.
That's a different type of noise. But that snow crunch, there's something about that is just in my brain, is one of those childhood and adult memory.
Yeah.
Even walking sometimes down the street, if it's snowed enough and people are just staying off the roads and it's later and you got that walk going, crunch, crunch, crunch. I don't know. There's just something very nostalgic about that. Fall's also my favorite. Slightly different reason, not just because the summer is ending, but I just really love that change in temperatures and the cooler temperatures.
Yep.
You're wearing the hoodie, you can do that type of thing.
Yep.
And then, of course, as a football fan, I mean, fall means football.
Right.
And so I do love that.
Yep.
My least favorite is actually summer. I know it seems kind of weird. I'm kind of.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
I
Summer's
just-
my last pick.
There's things I can do in the summer that are great, like I love to golf, but I can go golf. I'm golfing in the next week, okay? So
Right.
I'm just going to go down to South Carolina to do it.
Right.
But I don't like the heat, man. I sweat
Heat
a lot.
and humidity. It's hot, hazy. I don't like it.
I'm here to tell you, the 3 years I lived in Charleston, my wife was never happier because she's always cold, right? But I was never more miserable than I was down there.
I couldn't do it.
Plus, there's a lot of things down there that can kill you just on a regular basis. You mentioned the copperheads and stuff. Charleston can beat you there times like 5. There's all kinds of crap down there that'll
Right.
just take you out.
Right.
All right. So that was the one question. How about this one here? What along the lines of the kind of the sensory thing with the sound of the crunch? How about the smell? What is the weirdest smell that you enjoy? As an example, for me, it's fresh, wet cut grass because I hearken back to my days going to summer camp, and we'd pull up, and there was always that smell of fresh, wet cut grass.
Fresh cut hay.
Kind of like that.
I'm a big bike rider, so I always enjoy hay season because you can go ride by the fields when they're cut, and you can smell it in the morning, and it is nice. It's a fresh smell.
So maybe using the word weird wasn't the appropriate.
Yeah, like you or, yeah,
Well, some people might say gasoline. I've heard people say gasoline.
there's something wrong with that.
Well, that's what I mean.
That's called an addiction.
But I don't
Yeah.
think they're sticking their face in a bucket. But I mean, it's just some people enjoy that. Here's another one. Speaking of the Low Country again, Charleston. There's a thing called pluff mud. Have you ever been down to like Charleston in the swampy area? Okay, so that when it's low tide,
Yeah.
the water goes away. There's this kind of real musky, moldy almost smell. It's called pluff mud. It's that
in
mud.
like the marsh.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like it's what's left behind. And if you live there, you come to kind of really embrace that as like the smell of the Low Country. But for people that are just visiting the first time, they're like, "What is that?" It's like
wow.
it almost comes off as a offensive thing.
Okay.
But people that live down there, it's just like that's our Low Country.
I got another one for
Okay,
you.
all right.
We talk about fall and
Yeah.
winter. The smell of wood smoke coming from a chimney when you're outside.
I can if someone's got a fire going within a mile of my house, I know
It's
it.
the best smell.
I love it.
It's best.
And the same thing, just sitting around a campfire. But you almost get it more when someone's doing it in their
It's
home.
from a
It's coming up the
chimney. There's a different. It's a different smoke.
So this is the first time in 15 years that I have not had a wood-burning fireplace in my house. I have a gas log fireplace.
You gave up.
I didn't. I didn't give up. Don't.
You gave up.
Don't be saying I.
You didn't want to do the work anymore.
We bought the house and it had the gas log fireplace, and there was no way to
Take
not.
that thing out,
Oh man,
and then you can split wood and have sweep every night.
there is a hassle that goes with it. But I do have a little. I got a little fire pit thing in the backyard, so I get that in the fall. But you're right, it is different. But all those years I had the wood burning fireplace. Man, I love that. It's just even
It's
just
great.
poking a fire is nice. Like if you're inside, just it's very
You can't
ther-
beat the heat. The type of heat it gives.
It's different.
Oh yeah.
And there's something about the log placement, the fun. You can just occupy your brain for the longest time and where to put the next log.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
a thing.
when you're doing an outdoor fire, are you a TP guy or are you a stacker guy?
I like the TP for outside, but
Yep.
my wood stove, I use a different technique, and it's actually the reverse of what you would think. So we start the fire on top with the light stuff, and then it burns to the bottom
I like
for
it.
the bigger wood.
See,
I have it down to an exact science with my fires now.
I
I
knew
know exactly when to turn it, when to dial down, how to start the wood, how to stack it, how to cut it. The size and the shape matters.
Okay.
It's a very exact science, but when it works out right, which it does now, I'm a bit of a perfectionist with it.
Yeah, I knew
It's super nice.
Knew you'd be the guy to talk to about this.
Oh yeah, yeah. We can talk about firewood for days. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing this weekend. On my weekend off, I will be in the woodpile and getting ready for, the trees that in the wood will burn 2 years from now. So it starts today,
Yeah, well, it's got to dry out. And,
Right.
And chopping wood is a good workout, too. It really is. I had a wood pile. We had a house I lived in West Asheville that had a really nice backyard fire pit that I built. And we have this huge wood stack, of course. And you know how it is. Here's the drier stuff. Here's the wetter. And you know which to pull from. But the black widow spiders loved that thing.
Right.
So at night, sometimes I'd get lazy. It's dark. You go to get another piece of wood. And I was always just a little bit nervous. Sometimes I'd put the gloves on. Sometimes I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Never got bit. But the next day, a couple of times, I would, look and start moving things, and sure enough, there they were. And I'm like, stupid. Next time, put the gloves on, because you're going to get it one of these days.
Yeah.
Because the spiders love those things, black widows especially.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
got to be careful with
I
those.
stay out of the wood pile in the spring, summer, and early fall.
Man.
Because it's full of snakes,
Yep.
it's full of mice,
Yep.
it's full of black widows. I'll tell you another good one. So when I first got my wood stove, I split by hand. Mm-hmm. And I would chip away, for 4 or 5 months out of the year. And if there's one good thing that came out of Hurricane Helene, it was that we had copious amounts of overtime. So I treated myself to a 40-ton log splitter.
Whoa.
It's humongous.
Dude.
It's humongous. It is the biggest one in Mills River, I bet you. And I nicknamed it Helene.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. So wood splitting is a lot more efficient
It's like
now.
gas-powered, or how's that?
Oh, yeah, it's gas-powered, but it's
my-
hydraulic, man.
Holy
Yeah,
cow.
40-ton.
My goodness.
It's humongous.
The
but
size of the
it's
logs
so
that you
efficient.
could split with.
That's right. That's right. I don't
I'm
have
in
any
the
problems
backyard, just
now.
me and an axe. And I'm
No, not anymore. Not anymore. I couldn't keep up. It's hard. If you're out there every day, you might keep up, but I don't have that kind of time. So.
Wow. Okay, we got way deeper into this than I ever thought I
It
would.
happens.
I'm glad I asked the question. Lieutenant Brian Hogan, thanks so much for joining me today.
problem. Take care.
You can invite me over for a fire one of these days.
Absolutely.
All right. That's it for another episode of the APD Pod Squad. Thank you to my guests, Cadet Jaylan Gaines and Jonathan Speessen, and good luck as you begin your careers with the APD. Also, thank you, Lieutenant Brian Hogan from Community Engagement, and thank you for listening. If you've got a question or suggestion, call 828-250-8800 and leave a voicemail. That's 828-250-8800. Or you can email apdpodcastfeedback@asheville.nc.gov. Listen and subscribe now wherever you get your podcasts, and don't miss a single episode. I'm Rick Rice, and this is the APD Pod Squad.
Mountains high.